Good morning, children. Today I am going to start a new chapter that is taken from your English course book, lesson 6, The Adventure with the Ship. So, student, in your childhood time and childhood period, you watched at the sky and looking at the cloud, then you see that each cloud seemed to take an interesting shape, and then you give them name like a monster, like ship, like a tiger, lion, whatever your imagination, you give the name of each cloud. So in this story there is also a person who just imagine all the figure in his mind, and what happened then after, you just know about in this chapter. So before we read start the chapter, we just know about the author who wrote this story. So this story is written was written by Miguel de Cervantes. He was a Spanish writer who is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the Spanish language, and he was world's premier eminent novelist. His novel Don Quixote has been translated into more languages than any other book except the Bible. So in this story, the fictional character whose name was Don Quixote, created by the Spanish author Miguel de Cervantes. And here, Don Quixote is a nobleman who read many stories about the knight and the soldier, and he wanted to become himself. And he decided to become a knight or a soldier fighting for the king and employ like Sancho as his squire or a assistant. But one problem with Quixote, that he would find problem even there was none, and he would try to solve the problem, creating further problem for himself and his assistant. So his strange behavior get that name Quixote, and it is used to describe anyone who behave strangely. So Don Quixote saw the whole world only through his imagination. So, in this chapter, we know what happened after his imagination and what result he got it. So, let's start the chapter. One day, when Don Quixote and his servant Sancho passed the crest of hill, here crest means up of the hill, top of the hill. So, he just passed the top of the hill, and then they saw a great cloud of dust which rising in the road at some distance below them. Then Don Quixote's eyes flashed with excitement, and he cried, "The day has come, Sancho, shall bring us good fortune and happiness. And now I shall perform an exploit." Here exploit means a daring feat that will be remembered throughout his age. Zest. Here this word is also a Spanish word, and it means do you see? And the Quixote asks this to Sancho, that you also see the cloud of dust? Then the squire or assistant Sancho answered, I see. Then Don Quixote said, well, that the dust is raised by an army that is marching this way, and it mighty army made of many nations. Said Sancho, if that is the case, there must be two armies. One is your left, and second is just in front of you. Then Don Quixote looked, and his heart was filling with joy, and he firmly believed that two vast armies were marching towards each other and were about to meet in battle. Then his mind was filled with fight, adventure, enchantments, which he had read about, that his fancy. Here fancy means imagination, easily changed everything, and he saw into something that he wished to see. And finally, he would be the knight in the shining armor that he had always dreamed about. Even his own eyes could not believe that. The dust was raised by the two large flocks of sheep. Same, the Sancho soon began to feel that he was right and his knight was right. Then Sancho asked, well, sir, what are we do now? Then Quixote said, "Our duty is plain. What ought we to do but add the weaker and injured side?" It means we just helped all the weaker section. And there the two army which first in front of us is commanded by the great Elephant Pharaoh, emperor of the vast island of India, and the another who was left over is led by the army King Phenethopholine of the next army. Then Sancho said, "Brave master, what is the cause of the trouble? Why they are fighting? Why are those two great men going thus together by the ears?" Here by the ears means are fighting. Then Don Quixote make a story. He said it is the old story. When once upon a time, Elephant Pharaoh is a pagan. A pagan means non-Christian, and he loved with Penthopollin's daughter, who is a Christian. But Elephant Pharaoh shall not have her unless he become converted and give up his false belief. Then Sancho cried, "I will stand by Pentapolin and his daughter and help them all I can because they are weaker." Then Don Quixote said, "You are right. Even man of all condition." Here man of all condition means belonging to all strata of society may also take part in this conflict, and we just join this conflict. And then he pointing to the cloud of dust with his long finger and described the various warriors whom he imagined were marching to the conflict means battle. So I hope student you all will understand these 2 pages and their summary. So today's your homework is read these 2 pages once again, page number 52 and 53, and just mug up all the hard word and write all the hard word in your copy. Thank you and have a nice day.